Welcome everyone to Friday at 4 podcast series. How are you? Steve, Rachel, welcome.
Yeah, I'm doing
Hey.
okay. Other than trying to fight a cold, I'm doing okay. It is Friday,
Good.
which is a
Yeah.
good thing. Rachel,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Because
I'm
it's
good. I'm glad it's
Steve,
Friday.
it is.
you think you can get it this time? Friday at 4.
It's Friday at 4 somewhere.
No, Rachel.
Oh, because it's 4 o'clock somewhere. It's
Four
Friday.
There
o'clock
There
you
you go.
somewhere. Yeah.
I just have this mental block. I just cannot get that simple phrase
go.
down pat.
I love it. This is great. So what is on the conversation docket today, guys?
Um, well, Rachel, we never met. So, do you have any topic you may want to talk about? We can kick in. Um,
Well, first of all, I'm really excited to meet you for the first time, Steve. I feel like I'm always just missing you, and so it's really nice to put a voice to a name, put a face to a name, and all that. Um, I think this week I've been thinking a lot about collaboration because I'm doing a lot more collaborative stuff, which always makes me think of Chuck because he's like the ultimate collaboration partner for me. I was telling him that earlier today.
yeah.
Uh,
Thank
I'm
you.
thinking about flu shots because it's flu shot season. I need to book my flu shots, and you having a cold just kind of pings it again for me. So I guess that's what I'm thinking about right now. What about you guys?
Steve?
Um, I, I've been thinking a lot this week about
Burnout?
burnout because that's kind of why I'm sick
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
burning the candle on both ends, which I would
it's
suggest you
real.
don't do because then you end up like this. Um,
Yeah.
my favorite friend right now is my tissue. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, you
Um,
know what's been
Same.
on my mind for the past couple of weeks? I just want to throw this out
no,
there.
go ahead.
Um, it's something I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks now. It's kind of because I'm what I do every day and I'm in restaurants and businesses. I've been thinking about how not just AI, but how everything is becoming automated. Like you're losing
Mm.
employees. You're using your app, you're doing kiosks now. I mean, I even saw where robots are serving your food now. You got conveyor belts. How is this hurting the industry, right? I mean, we're losing jobs. I even heard Amazon is going to start using robots in the warehouse now, so employees are going to be losing their jobs there.
It wouldn't surprise me. When
Yeah.
AI first came out, the people that kind of invented, if you will, they came out and they said there will be a loss of jobs.
A lot.
But it's significant because, to your point, if you just look at restaurants, so there's a couple of fast foods around here that I don't go in, but as I drive by, I see there's you order at a kiosk. They do have somebody who's cooking it, but there's no more money exchanged. You have to use the kiosk to pay,
Yes.
and all they do is fill the order and give it to you.
And here's my point to that is that seems like customer service has gotten worse. You know, when you had employees taking your money and processing the order, it
Right,
was faster. Now that you don't have employees there, they're all in the back doing nothing.
right.
And I'm taking it like I'm going to take the golden arches, for example, where speed is everything, but it's taking 15, 20 minutes to get an order now. It's amazing.
I think part of the issue is well, a couple of things. One is there's no incentive by the employee to work any faster. You're getting a very high wage, and I'm not going to get into whether you deserve it or not. That's not for this here, because that'll open up a whole can of worms. But you're
Yeah,
getting
right.
this large amount of money every hour. And what restaurants of all types and all kinds of businesses are now starting to say is
Yummy.
if I'm going to have to pay my employees more money, so a couple of things happen. Number one, they reduce your hours below 30 or whatever that magic number is. So now you become part time, so you don't get benefits.
A
Then they're
few
going
out.
into the AI, so that's eliminating more jobs. So the geniuses in the government sorry, the geniuses in the government who said, we're going to raise the minimum wage, didn't really think about the effects it's having on businesses, on employees. That's a problem, and it's going to
Yeah.
get worse.
Well, my plug for all this is it's going to get better because if we get more small businesses to create a business, a restaurant, a small business, that way you
Right?
hire employees, you can teach them how to run things so you can avoid all this, automation and all these big corporations taking over and not giving people jobs, right? That's what I think.
Well, go ahead, Rachel.
Well, I was going to say also, AI is going to be doing some things. I think people are still figuring out the right use cases for them, and in the
Mm,
process, they'll apply it to a lot of things that we shouldn't apply it to that will kind of, fail.
right,
But
right,
I think also it could be that some of the in-person created stuff and in-person experiences are going to become more luxury items since
yes.
AI will become so ubiquitous for certain things. So that's another thing that could play into the service industry, I think, Chuck, because um, as so many things become automated, the experience of actually transacting with a person to give your order, it'll become almost like a boutique experience that will sort of be, I don't know, fancier, for lack of a better word, that you can almost charge more for.
Yeah.
And what I'm noticing, I don't know with you guys, but what I've been noticing is here in Maryland anyway, my experiences have been worse. And specifically with the golden arches, which, it's the most horrible experience ever, and not even to throw them under the bus, but even Chick-fil-A is becoming a little bit downward spiral. They've
Wow.
changed their chicken
Oh,
and their customer service is definitely, it's not what it used to be 6 months ago. So I'm seeing these trends with this and
mhm.
it's scary.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
One of the things that, I mean, to I guess divert, if you will, or to go off on a tangent, one
Mhm.
of the things that I've seen here in New York, and I can only speak for a small piece of not the whole state, um, because of what's going on with the stealage and the shrinkage or whatever you want to call that term, more and more companies are starting to say, phone in your order or scan in or whatever your order. The doors are closed. You scan in your order, somebody inside fills the order, you pay for it, and then they wheel it out to your car.
Yeah.
So they're going to, in theory, reduce the shrinkage, assuming that the staff doesn't steal as well. But you're reducing the shrinkage, which pays for the extra staff. But the next phase of that, which I see, are the robots filling that order,
Yeah.
not people.
Yeah. And a couple of weeks ago when I was in Virginia, took my kids to a concert and I went to the hotel room. I didn't want to leave. I was relaxing. It's working. Had my laptop open. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do something I never do before. I'm gonna order food. So I
Right.
went to call the restaurant. The restaurant said, "Oh no, you gotta call and order online. We don't take payments anymore." Okay, great. So I went to the website and I had to do it through Slice. Whatever. I've never done it before, but hey, guess what I do for a business? Let's give it a shot, right? Hey. And so I did it. And obviously, Virginia, Northern Virginia, your
Mm.
order is going to take longer than expected, with
Right.
traffic, blah, 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 whatever.
Mhm.
I was okay with that. Well, the food showed up, completely wrong order. It's not what I ordered, wrong drink. Now, I paid $30 for this order, right? The sub was this big, right? Yeah, wrong soda. I got through it, I ate it, I tried the drink, threw the rest out, right? Whatever. When it came time to, hey, how was your visit? I gave my honest opinion to their feedback, right?
Uh-huh.
I
Mhm.
got an email 3 days later. Hey, we're sorry about your experience. We'll forward it to the appropriate people. What day is this now? November 1st?
I don't even remember,
Hey, exactly. I haven't placed that review on my site yet, but I'm going to do that because that's a perfect example of we're going downhill, you know?
So the
Yeah.
person They said they're going to refer it to the appropriate people. The people they refer it to push the button. And you know what the button is? The button is the shredder machine. That's what
Shredder
might
machine.
win in the shredder.
I call it the file 13.
I call it
Close.
the round bin for the trash
The
bin.
round
The round
bin.
file.
I
Yep.
love it.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. That's where it goes.
you know what I always think of though when people talk about AI and the all the problems and all the jobs it's going to take and all that, I it always makes me think of and we're going, way back to before any of our time, but I always think about when cars came along and, how people must have felt then about all the jobs that were going to go away and all the anxiety it must have caused and how it was changing all the cityscapes and the roads that had to be built. And it must have just been very similar to what we're going through right now with AI. I think about this a lot. And, I'm not saying that it's going to be perfect. I'm not going to say that it's not going to be disruptive, but I do feel like this is a major disruptor, right?
Mhm.
And it's going to
Yes.
change a lot of things, and change is
Yeah.
difficult. But that doesn't mean that it's not ultimately going to be a positive advancement. I mean, the jury's out on that as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
And it
agree.
doesn't mean that there won't be other jobs that come
Mm.
along that people do. They'll just be different jobs.
Correct.
That's what I think. I don't know what those jobs
Yeah.
are going to be yet, but
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see. As a
Right.
career coach, I'm always looking ahead to see what are those other jobs? How can I protect people from going into jobs that are likely to be replaced by AI? I'm always looking at job outlooks for that.
And also, right, for to piggyback what Rachel says, right? I think what you do is great because you're in the coaching business for jobs. So you help people not get into a job that's not going to fit them, right? You don't want them to get into
Yeah,
working at McDonald's if you've got a degree in mechanical engineering, right? I mean, that would be foolish.
not if you're going to hate it.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's yeah, I agree that there will be some jobs created which will offset some of the ones that are lost. Yes, and we also don't know what that is because it's still too early in the game.
It's such a crazy time. I mean, that's just, I just feel like it's, you know,
Yeah, and
Well,
I think it's a good thing too, right? Because this will create opportunities for people like us who are entrepreneurs
mm,
who will think outside that box, right? And say, well, AI has taken these jobs. Let's create something that's going to help these people do this, right? I'm all about
you know what?
innovation. Mhm.
That's a fascinating thing you bring up. I feel, and I'd love to hear your perspective on this, Steve. I feel like it's never been easier to start your own business and be kind of a solopreneur. But I wonder, and I feel like Chuck sees a lot of this in the small businesses that he's always working with. But what about you as a wealth advisor, as a financial person?
it is absolutely easy to start your own business. the the things that people need to really consider, and there's a whole long list, but some of the things
Oh,
people
sure.
need to consider, the cost factor to,
Mhm.
the licensing, the rent, the utilities, the inventory. Do you have the right
As I just got
experience?
the bank notification that Microsoft took out their money for my 365 for the year. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can. Um, so I was in a franchise from 2013 to 2015, and it was a good company, and we had a great service, but the financials didn't work. So I closed, and I lost a lot of money,
Mhm.
but I did it. So my thing now is there are some very good franchises, but there's also a lot that are not. So if you're going to go the franchise route, make sure you get a franchise coach. Make sure you have a good attorney.
Mm.
So I went out and I opened my financial services business for under $1,000. And that included getting my license, that included getting E&O insurance in case I make a mistake and all that other stuff under 1,000. The first client I helped, I was profitable.
Mhm.
So when you open a business, think about all those things. And I'm
Mhm.
definitely pro business, pro your own business, not pro work
Yeah.
for a major corporation. Um, but I'm definitely pro that. You can set the tone, you set the hours you work, the money you're going to make, the benefits you give, the procedures. It's all you. And
Hmm.
yes, it's a lot of work until you can get to that point where you can hire somebody else. But
Yeah.
that's where you get like virtual assistants. So you can pay them a
Hmm.
little bit and they'll take off the pieces so that you can then go generate more business and not do the daily grind.
Yeah.
Now it's got to get done, but if you do the daily grind, where's your money coming from? So it's you kind of got
Yeah.
flip flop. But
And to my point, right, as we just talked about, the whole topic here about automation, right?
Hmm.
Steve nailed it to where you hire people to do the other jobs that you
right,
can't do while you run
Oh, a
your
hundred
business. It's amazing.
percent.
It's
Yeah,
amazing,
because
right? Yeah.
there are tech advancements that make things easier, but they're also hard to
yeah.
learn. It's just the bar keeps raising. It's not enough to know how to install your operating system anymore.
So
You have to like,
what I say to people is, you open a business, whatever it is, and you're selling product, service, whatever you're selling, because you need to make money. Okay. So if you're by yourself, how many people can you help this very minute?
hmm.
The answer is one, because there's only one of you. And that was not a trick question. It's only you. You're a solopreneur. You can only help one person right now. But if you had a team of 1099s, you train them so you know what they're doing, and they go out. So if you have a team of five, now in this very minute, you can help six people, you and a team of five. So that to me, that's the model that works. And we all only know so much. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. And when you start working crazy hours, you get sick like me. So don't do that. But but
Sorry, man.
no, it's all
Learn
right.
We hear it,
from
brother. We
Steve's
hear it. Trust
experience
me.
It's
here.
all right. But I'm telling you through my experience, don't do what I do. Okay. Don't.
Yeah.
Um, but if you can bring in those people, even on a part-time basis, a day a week, two
Mhm.
days a week, um, you can probably keep your expenses down so that it frees up 2, 4, 6 hours a day so you can now go out and generate the new clients for revenue.
Mhm.
That's where you want to
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
And that's where your own business makes sense as opposed to working for a major corporation, which I did for years. I
Yeah.
learned a
Yeah,
lot, but I will never, ever go back to corporate, ever.
Yeah.
me
Yeah, I'm
either.
I'm the same way. And Rachel, to get back to what you were talking about earlier when we first started, you were talking about the whole collaboration thing. I think
Mhm.
that has a lot to say, for where we're headed because we all, and I say this all the time, that everybody needs somebody. Nobody does it alone. You need
Yeah,
somebody to help, right?
yeah.
So
How do you, no, go ahead, Jeff.
no, 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 I was just gonna go ahead. Yeah,
No, what I was going to ask is when talking to Rachel, when
yeah.
you look for somebody to fill a position in whatever company it is,
Hmm.
are you looking, and I know this is a really generic question, and it's probably going to be a lot of information, so I'll keep it kind of short.
You're
Um,
among
are,
friends. Go for
are
it.
you looking for personality fit? Are you looking for technical fit? Um, I mean, is there
Yeah.
one or two or three specific things that you're looking to fit? How do you determine
Well,
when a person is right for that job?
what I do is I'm not filling roles. What I do
Oh,
is
okay.
I'm helping people who don't they're unhappy in the job that they're in
Okay.
and they know they want to do something else, but they don't know yet what form that's going to take.
Got it.
So maybe they already know that they want to what they want to do next, but
Okay.
they're shifting from like, project manager to uh accountant who has their own business and they're not sure how to make that switch, but they know
Gotcha.
they have to quit their job by February or they're going to lose their minds, right? So that might be something I help people with when it's definitely this job to that
Got it.
job.
Got it.
Another
Yeah.
thing I might help people with is when they're just like drifting without direction and they don't want to keep going like this and they
Hmm.
want to get a different job, but they just can't seem to organize themselves to
Right.
actually make progress. And that's really common with the ADHD personality. Our brains are just fighting against us when it comes to making progress toward a long-term goal. It's hard. So since I relate and I'm used to fighting against my own brain and then learning to work with it, I'm good at helping people to do that. But what I think about for them is I think about what are their values, what's really important to you,
Right.
what values you're getting stepped on where you are right now. Like if transparency is
Mhm.
really important to you and you're working at a
Hmm.
place that doesn't care about transparency, then you're going to be
Right.
really miserable.
Sure.
So we look at that. We look at what skills you have that you
Hmm.
like using the most, what skills you have that aren't being used at all, that's making you sad.
Gotcha.
Um, what skills you might like, how you like to spend your time, what you care about, what causes like really light you up, what causes really get you fired up and angry
Mhm.
and sad or whatever. Because some people are more motivated by that, you know?
Yeah.
So I look at kind of all that stuff and then we try to find like where, if you picture like a Venn diagram, where's that sweet spot that
Mm.
overlaps
Right.
in the
Right.
middle? And then we try to go after things but at all points, the client is really doing all the work. I'm just there as sort of a friendly guide to kind of walk alongside and ask a few questions here and there to prompt some thought. But
And
I'm not
Rachel,
like
and
doing it.
yeah, yeah, and I'm glad you said that because that's valuable, right? Because you're somebody who was outside of
Mm.
them looking in at their situation. So you're able to help them so much better than they can help themselves because you can see things
Correct.
that we can't or your clients can't,
Yeah, well, it's similar, I'm sure, to what either of you see with your clients, right? I mean, you can see a business much more clearly
Mm.
walking in the door to review it. Steve, I'm sure, clients come to you and you can see right at first, you see stuff about their financial picture that
Right.
seems obvious to you, but for
Mhm.
them, because they're so close to it,
Right.
it crept up on them often. So
know?
yeah, for sure. I mean, having a friendly, safe outside perspective on your situation, especially someone who's seen stuff like this over and over again and is deeply steeped in different ways to solve it and get to the bottom of it
Sure.
for you. That can be, so helpful.
Oh,
Yeah. I could have used you, Rachel, back in 2012 to 2015, 2016, because
Right?
I was it's all over the
I
okay.
could have
place.
used me back
I
then.
could have used you back in 1980. Okay, never mind.
Oh,
Okay. But
1980.
we need to, Rachel, we need to talk after this to see because I have
Okay,
some ideas that
yeah.
may or may not. So we'll have a chat after this.
That would be awesome. I'd love that.
Yeah, see, this is
Um,
what this is all about. That's what I
mm,
want to bring to this Friday at 4, you know, podcast series is bring people in like us to talk and discuss, pick a topic, and you don't know who can help each other. We
right.
pick our brains, we discuss things, and I just think this is a wonderful outlet.
No, I agree.
I love that.
Great.
I'm loving it.
That's what we do. Week after week we do this and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Um, there's no
Mhm.
sales pitches here. We just tell what we do. If we can help people, that's the idea behind it, is how can we help
yeah,
you?
yep.
Yeah.
So I have a thing on my website. I don't know if you noticed yet, Steve, where I'm doing the countdown or timer for the next podcast, and I have
Okay.
a monthly spotlight for a business. So
Oh, cool.
this month is Rachel. So Rachel is on my monthly
Nice.
spotlight.
Ta-da.
So I wonder who's going to be next month.
We'll
I don't know.
see.
We'll figure it
And
out. We
if
got it.
anybody wants to come on this really fun podcast with Chuck and Steve, just reach out to Chuck because I'm telling you, it's so fun to come on here and talk with them. And, uh, he just kind of shoots me a message once in a while and says, "Hey, you want to come on with us?" But this could be you guys just hanging with Chuck and Steve. So
It
let him know.
it's a lot of fun. We've been doing this what now, 2 months, give or take.
Going
Um,
on almost 2 months. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
and
wait a minute,
it's
over
just
2 months. This is the
is
ninth
it?
episode. So yeah.
Wow. But like you said, it's a lot of fun. We add
Mhm.
value. We talk, and yeah. So it's yeah. So if anybody, like Rachel said, if you want to be a guest, if you want to send a note in, talk about this, let us know. Let us know.
What I
And
like about it is it's open. It's open forum. We talk about anything. And
Mhm.
I
right.
try to tell people who haven't been on before to,
Mm,
there's two things I don't like to talk about. That's politics and religion, because those things can
right.
really spark some
Yeah.
fires. So we stay away from
Yeah.
those topics. But other than that, man, we're open, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So give the audience your email if they want to contact you, and through you, you can get to Rachel or myself. Um,
Mhm.
questions, suggestions, whatever. So what's your email address, Chuck?
Yeah. Me or
You.
Rachel?
You.
You, Chuck.
Oh, so it's Chuck at QACteam.com. Reach out, shoot me a message. I even have a web form on my website. You can fill it out to come and join us. And yeah, love to have one as a guest. Anybody.
Yeah, it's like we said, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You can see
Yeah.
what
Rachel, go ahead. This is your chance. Give us your information. Tell our audience where we can reach you.
Well, if you want to scan the QR code that's on the screen behind me, you could do that. That'll work for you. You can also go to rachelgaddiscoaching.com, and you can find me there. I've got freebies, I've got quizzes, I've got,
mm,
um, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you guys, I've got a lot of cool stuff coming out that's going to be free in the fall because I know when
nice,
you're looking for a job or you're thinking about a change, your budget's
nice.
tight. So I've got you covered if you
Mm.
subscribe.
And I love getting your emails, Rachel. I love it. I see them
Oh,
pop and I
you do?
click. It's
Thank
another
you.
one. And I read it. And I read them. I open them.
So the question I have, are your um polls or questions multiple choice?
Which ones? On the quizzes, you mean?
Yeah, the quizzes. You said, are they
Oh,
multiple
yeah,
choice?
they are. They are.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I'm good.
it's multiple choice and you just
Okay.
kind of boom, 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 and then at
Okay.
the end you get your results.
Because I'm really bad at fill in the blank. So that's why
No, no, no. It's not like open-ended. It's designed to be fun to take and quick to get your results and see,
right.
see certain
And
things
Steve,
about you.
they are fun to take, Steve. I
Oh,
tell you,
nice.
I love it. I look forward to when she sends me stuff, and sometimes she'll send me things to test for. I love it.
Yeah, that's true. Chuck has been my number one QA team, actually.
I love it.
Nice. Nice. Gotta have fun. That's it.
And Steve, your turn. How do people reach out to you?
My email address is Steve Kent. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's Steve at, I don't know my own email address. It's Steve at Steve Kent FS.com. The FS is financial services. So it's Steve at Steve Kent FS.com. And that's it.
Good
Or
stuff.
Cool.
get me through Chuck's email, whichever is easier for you.
Yeah.
Or Rachel's email, or Rachel's
Or
QR
Rachel's.
code.
We all have each other's info, so just contact anybody.
Yeah.
All
And that's
right.
what I want to say. I'm so glad I met you two. You two have been very inspiring for me. You guys keep me motivated, keep me moving. When there's a day where I feel like I can't do this, I text you guys and you'll fire back, and it just keeps me going. I appreciate both of you.
Same.
So
Thank
I
you.
guess my response to your last text message, my response to you was get up off your butt and do something. I guess was a motivating factor. Okay, no, only kidding, only kidding.
Just get out and do it.
Stop whining.
But this is
Right.
the type of stuff that we do all the time. We joke, we laugh, we kid, but in the end, we're here for each other and for you. So that's the
Yeah.
bottom
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
So I do have a little bit of news here that once
Ah,
we're done this Friday for a podcast and I get it edited and get it uploaded, this guy is going out, take himself out to dinner, and is going to record his last little piece he needs for my
ah,
video series, and I should be finished. Yes.
That's
nice.
Now,
fantastic.
Very
and
nice.
I want this thing to be uploaded and ready by Monday. That's the goal. I wanted it
Got it.
today, but something kind of things happen, right? And it
Yeah.
just kind of pushed
Yeah.
out just a little bit longer. But I'm really excited, and I hope you guys find this valuable. I'm really looking forward to this. Really, being of value. I love it.
Here it will be. Everything else you've done is great, so I'm sure it'll be good.
I'm really
Appreciate you.
excited to see it. I think it's going to be really cool. Everything,
Thank
all the
you.
little preview bits I've seen have been awesome. So I can't wait.
And another plug for you guys is that I appreciate your input because it took me some time to look at it and say, yeah, Steve's got an idea. He's right. Yeah, Rachel's really got. Yeah, I think this needs to be changed. And it's taken some days and some weeks to look at everybody. The changes I think really, really take it to that next level that you guys have offered. I really appreciate. I'm very humble with your
Yeah,
help.
well, you're moving into a whole new medium in a way with this. I'm really impressed with you. I haven't tackled, very much video at all, and I haven't done any video editing. So, yeah.
This is on the fly stuff, so I'm learning as I go too.
I'm impressed, Chuck. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome. I
Oh, yeah,
can't
me
wait.
too. Yeah, you're doing good
Thank you.
stuff.
Yeah, so once I get this piece, I'm going to maybe later tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to upload the whole full opening so everybody can see it, and I'm going to put it on my social medias. And then on Monday, push the whole first episode out and see what people think.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This has
Yeah.
been something that,
Yeah.
it's been a year in the making, 2 months of really pushing hard. I'm excited.
Yeah, and you should be. You put a lot into it.
I
Yeah.
have, yeah. Yeah.
Good. Happy
All
for you.
right. What we got left?
I think we're good.
Steve says, I want a nap.
I need to call Rotorua
Steve's
to clear
ready
out
for
my
some
nose,
hot
but, you know,
tea with lemon and some
I need a new
steam and
nose.
some,
I need a new
yeah.
nose.
Yeah, go get a new nose. Go steal one from
Piece of
somebody.
cake.
That's
Yeah.
that technique still works.
Works for me. I'm good.
I love it.
All right,
Rachel,
guys. This
thanks for
is
coming
fun.
on.
Yeah,
Steve,
thanks, Rachel.
thanks
It's great,
again for
great to meet
another
you.
great Friday at 4. I love this. I'm telling you, this is a really. I look forward to my Fridays now because this really is. It's a great thing. Appreciate you guys.
Yay.
It is,
All right,
absolutely.
guys. Catch you
All
next
right.
time.
You got
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks for coming on and
Thanks.
enjoy your rest of your Friday and have a great weekend, guys.
You too. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.